But do you ever think about the fact that, well, where does that end? What can't they steal? What would you say no to them stealing? Like, we're going to talk about how net neutrality just got renewed, which was a big fight. And when it was going down, when it was initially, when net neutrality initially ended, in a historic vote, the FCC reasserts its authority to protect the open internet and safeguard online users, which I didn't know the FCC ever really did that. But on Thursday, in a 3-2 vote, the Federal Communications Commission voted to restore net neutrality protections and reclassify high-speed internet access services as telecom services subject to Title II of the Communications Act. The decision is a majority victory for the public interest. Title II authority empowers the FCC to hold companies like AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum, Verizon, blah, blah, other corporate names, blah, accountable for a wide range of harms to internet users across the U.S. Prior to the historic vote, the FCC chairwoman said, "We take this action today to help ensure that broadband is fast, open, and fair for all of us." FCC repealed the open internet protections in 2017. And it was a big fight back when it happened to try and stop them, a fight you and I were at times involved in, to try and stop them from destroying net neutrality. And this is a big thing to get it back, but also there are some caveats to this.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the exact verbiage of net neutrality as it stood and stands, but the basic idea is that it wasn't going to go far enough even with what it was. So it was kind of like the ceasefire idea. It's like, yeah, no, that's a thing we need, but it doesn't go nearly far enough to address the concerns, because this goes
like, if they stop genocide now, then everything's fine.
This goes to the Telecoms Act that was like in the early 1900s, when obviously the internet was not a thing. So the idea is, though a good one, that like, okay, it should be neutral, as in like anybody can have more of an open access, and you can't just like pay for access, basically, if you're a giant corporation. It didn't go far enough to address the current like paradigm and the current reality of the digital age. So I'm going to give a golf clap here, or is that 2 fingers? I don't know what the hell. But
well, that's what she said.
What's the golf clap? Is it?
I don't think the number of fingers is involved in a golf clap.
Well, because you can't clap as loud with 2 fingers as you can with your full hand.
That's you porn you're thinking of. I think it's just a golf clap is just a light clap.
I thought it had to do with
That's what she said. Yeah, you're totally right. This is something to be celebrated, but also my thought was the government doesn't generally give back power that they've gotten. In this case, it kind of it kind of gives back some power to the people, in that certain internet companies certain companies can't be suppressed online, have their online, their websites be suppressed while others go really fast, that type of thing. But the government still has the power in terms of they can still shut down a website if they want. They could still essentially do anything they want to your website. I don't believe you really have it's not a right in the Constitution to have a website or to have it run quickly. And they haven't done it much, but there's at least 1 or 2 examples of them stealing websites. The main one I know about is Press TV's website, which is the media company of the Iranian government. They just stole their website and said this is now confiscated by the U.S. government. And the thing is, most Americans go, oh, well, it's Iran. That's fine. Steal whatever you want from Iran. But do you ever think about the fact that, well, where does that end? What can't they steal? What would you say no to them stealing? Like,
because also the internet continues to change, right? And like, how does net neutrality relate to things like shadow banning and censorship and like
unrelated? So you just get shadow banned.
My point is like, as the internet keeps changing and the net neutrality law is based on something that's like, 100 years old or whatever, we have to keep looking at what would actually legitimately need to be done